What's up, guys? How's it going? It is Matt here. So last night I did my live video, and one of the topics that kept coming up was backup calibers or backup guns, and actually calibers and stuff like that. But backup guns was a topic that came up several times, and revolvers. So you know what, guys? I want to just throw it out there. I just want to do a video why I think if you want a backup gun, you should be carrying a revolver for a backup gun. By the way, guys, for people that freak out, both of the pistols I'll be using in this video have been safety checked before this, alright? So don't worry about it. You know, no bolts are going to come through the camera and do damage to you, okay? You'll be fine. I usually carry a semi-automatic 90% of the time, specifically because when I first started shooting pistols, I used semi-automatics. When I was in the Marine Corps, I trained on semi-automatics, the M9. So I got a love for semi-automatics. I like semi-automatics, and personally, I think they are great defensive firearms. But on that same note, I freaking love revolvers, alright? I love them, okay? Revolvers are so much fun to shoot. They are just honestly just fun to shoot. If you've never shot a revolver, you need to go out and try it because they are very, very fun to shoot. Now, semi-automatics have good calibers. They have some really good calibers. 9mm, good caliber. 40 caliber, good caliber. 45, good caliber. 357 SIG, good caliber. 10mm, awesome caliber. But their calibers don't even compare to what revolvers carry. Now this right here is my 38 Special Plus P revolver, alright? So I'll do a quick demonstration for you guys. This 38 Special and 9mm, when it comes to ballistics, they're pretty much the same, alright? So this is the 9mm, okay? 9mm, this, short little 9mm. And this is a 38 Special, okay? See the difference there? 38 Special versus 9mm. Now, these are awesome target rounds. 38 Special, 9mm is a good target round too, but 38 Special is an awesome target round, okay? But when it comes to other calibers, like 357 Magnum, okay, which basically 357 Magnum, if this is a 38 Special, all right, this is a 38 Special Plus B, this is a Hornady Critical Defense. A 357 Magnum is taller, okay, and it's the same size projectile, but it has more punch and more damage than a 38 Special. A lot more punch and a hell of a lot more barrier penetration than any semi-automatic pistol minus the 10mm, okay? 357 Magnum rounds in general have so much more hard barrier penetration than any semi-automatic pistol calibers out there minus the 10mm. Okay, now, the cool thing about a 357 Magnum, alright, this is only a 38 Special. The cool thing about a 357 Magnum revolver is that this little guy that takes 38 Special Plus P, 357 Magnum would have a slightly larger cylinder, alright? And it could shoot the hot load, the 357 Magnums that can punch through a damn bear and can take out a bear. Punch through heavy duty barriers, destroy cylinder blocks. 357 Magnum, guess what? Those heavy guns designed for 357 Magnum can shoot 38 Special through them too. What? What that means is basically, if you have a gun in the house and you like a big hot 357 Magnum or that type of round, you like that big hot round and you rely on it and you think it's great, but you have someone in the house that isn't quite as familiar with guns as you and can't quite handle the gun as well as you, you can load 38 Specials in them, even 38 Special Plus P. And shooting a 38 Special Plus P through a heavy-duty 357 Magnum revolver is beautiful. It is a charm. It is such a great shooter. There's very little recoil, very easy to handle, and accurate as hell. So that's a cool thing. Now the same thing goes to 44 Magnum. 44 Magnum, Dirty Harry. You guys know Dirty Harry, alright? Mustard and hot dogs only, nothing else. 44 Magnum, okay, which people use in like Alaska because when they're, fishing, that they get attacked by grizzly bears. 44 Magnum is such a hot and heavy and damaging load that can punch through a damn grizzly bear, okay? It can probably take down just about any four-legged animal in North America, okay? Probably in some other areas too. I wouldn't say elephants or anything like that, but in North America, absolutely. 44 Magnum, boom, will drop anything. A lot of people hunt with 44 Magnum pistols because it's such an awesome caliber. Expensive, but it's an awesome caliber. Now, a 44 Magnum, that hot, punching, damaging, what did I shoot? 5 or 6. That awesome round, okay, can also shoot, you got it, 44 Special through it. So you could take this heavy duty, massive, strong gun that shoots the .44 Magnum that's designed to punch through just about any hard barrier and take down large animals. You can shoot a .44 Special through it, which has very similar ballistics to a simple .45 ACP, and it is such a charm to shoot. It is such a low recoiling, fun round to shoot. So that's one awesome thing about revolvers. Their calibers and revolvers are just awesome. They're just awesome. They're fun to use. They're better than most semi-automatic calibers. They are definitely better than the most semi-automatic calibers. Now I went back and I talked about 10mm. This is a 9mm. I was talking about 10mm for semi-automatics because a 10mm is right in the same range as the .357 Magnum. So 10mm, it's a little harder to handle, especially in like polymer frame pistols. It's harder to handle for most people, but if you put it in a gun specifically designed for 10mm, or like a 1911 platform that's a 10mm, it is very easy to use. It is a freaking hard barrier king when it comes to semi-automatics. But when it comes to revolvers in general, their calibers 100% better hard barrier penetration and damage overall. So that's one plus when it comes to revolvers. Now the next plus when it comes to revolvers is this. This actually turns into a kind of a heated debate, but I'm all about the truth and I'm going to tell you the truth no matter how bad it hurts. How's that sound? The truth is that semi-automatics have a lot more malfunctions than any revolver. The only problem is when a revolver does have a malfunction, it's usually a bad malfunction and it won't shoot. Semi-automatic, you can clear a malfunction pretty quickly. But on the same note, these revolvers just in general, just don't malfunction as much. If there's a click with the pistol or the semi-automatic, you got tap, whack, bang, and you have to clear it. Or sometimes you have to double feed. I did an entire video on that. If there's a click with a revolver, all you gotta do again is click, 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 pull the trigger again, and it usually shoots real quick. So, but the problem is, like I says, when these do have malfunctions, they're usually the worst malfunctions you can possibly get for them. Some of them is just simply you're shooting and you put your thumb on the cylinder and you stop the cylinder from moving. That just comes with practice. And once again, if you're carrying revolvers, whatever you do, don't put anything up here, okay? Right there, there's a little opening, so if you put anything up here when you're shooting, like you're trying to hold it like a semi-automatic, you're gonna blow your damn thumb off, okay? Keep your thumb down, okay? Away from up here, all right? That's another big plus when it comes to revolvers. Now, personally, I think revolvers, if you're carrying a backup gun, it should be a revolver, and this is the reason why, okay? Besides the fact that they have awesome calibers there. The reason I think if you're carrying a backup gun, it should be a revolver is one, because these are so easy to conceal. Deep concealment, anything like that, these are so easy to conceal. A lot of people are like, oh, revolvers are too fat to conceal. Let me cover something real quick. Revolver, semi-automatic. A lot of people will say, oh, revolvers are too fat. Here's the thing when it comes to revolvers. Revolvers are fat in one section, but then they have this small pistol grip, small, narrow pistol grip. They have a small, narrow barrel. And for the people that have like tactical muffin tops like me, fighting it off, but people that have like tactical muffin tops, or just in general, revolvers in general are better to conceal because they only have one fat thing, one fat part to it, and all the other sides are narrow, which means it pretty much blends into the shape of the human body. And they are very light. Different, you know, if you get like something like this, they are very light. They are very, very light, and they're very easy to conceal. In the summer times when I'm only wearing a t-shirt and shorts, in a hot day out there, I'll sometimes only carry a revolver on me. That's all I carry because it's so easy to conceal. I can conceal this 10 times better than any semi-automatic that I've ever carried, all right? So they are great to conceal. That's the first reason why I think they're the best for backup guns. Second reason is this one, and this is the biggest reason. Now, most gunfights, like I said, this has been cleared prior to the video. Most gunfights in real life have a couple of ways that they happen. One is it's in like someone's in the back of a store or something like that, and there's something that happens in a store and something goes on, and they usually have to pull their gun quick, get it on target, and engage the threat pretty quickly, and it's usually very close. The other one is when people get knocked on their back, which happens a lot more then people know. They get knocked down in their back by an aggressor or multiple aggressors. When you get knocked in the back, if you're carrying a pistol, most of the time, most people that carry a semi-automatic is usually a strong side. Penix too, but most of the time they're carrying it strong side. It is hard to get to. When you're on the ground, you have to roll your body just enough to get the pistol up, then you have to get it on the target. But here's the thing. If you're fighting and struggling, are you going to have a good clearance behind them, or are you going to have to put that gun up against their body? It's been cleared prior. Don't freak out, people, all right? You have to put it up against the body 100% in order to get the job done. So you're on your belly. You shove the gun up into them. Notice something? Notice what's going on there? It's out of cycle. It's not shooting because this has slides and springs, and as soon as you push the slide back enough, it takes the gun out of battery, which means the only way you can get a shot on target like that is you literally have to shove your hand behind the slide, push it up in there, you have to pull the trigger, and then it's not going to eject the round, and you're going to have to clear a malfunction afterwards. Whereas, if you get knocked on your belly, and you're carrying this, like, say, I don't know, an ankle rig, simple ankle rig, which these can blend into easily, you can simply grab it a lot quicker, shove it up against the body, been cleared prior, don't freak out, shove it up against the body, and guess what? No malfunctions. Why? Because there's no slides, there's no springs, anything like that. It's the barrel, it's a solid object. The only thing that's moving is a cylinder. So if you get knocked onto your back for any reason, or you're up close in person, you could simply shove this up against the body and pull that trigger. And if you put any size caliber that close to a body, it is freaking devastating. That when it hits, you're just having the gases and everything that's going on. It is going to be a messy, devastating. It will stop the person. So if you take a revolver like this, get knocked on your back, a lot easier to grab it from your ankle rig, or if you're driving, easy to grab on your ankle rig, you'd easily shove it up against something and pull the trigger, and it'll keep going. 100% will keep going. That right there is the biggest reason why I feel a revolver should be your backup gun. If you guys like the semi-automatic backup guns, that's great. But you know what? These will work 100 times better every single time, specifically because 90% of the times, if you're reaching for something like this, you are going to be on the ground, on your back, or up close in person. Same thing, you're up close in person, someone's charging you, you're going to put this against your body. You might get lucky, you might get a shot off or not, but for the most part, nothing's going to happen. Whereas if you can get a hold of this, whether you put it in your pocket, because some of these are just so small, you can just fit them in your pocket, pull it up right on the body, boom, 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 done, target done. That's, revolvers are great guns. To this day, I love revolvers, and I think they are just awesome guns. Now, last night, a couple people in the video asked me, it's like, Matt, if you were to get a revolver, what would your next revolver be? The next revolver, if I were to go out and get a revolver, would be a 3-inch barreled 44 Magnum. The reason behind it is, guess what? It wouldn't be a backup gun. It would be my trail gun, okay? Because I like to go hiking in some areas that it's actually high bear population. There's a lot of black bears out here. So I would want something that I can trust, that I know would actually, I could depend my life on if I was attacked by a bear. Now, bear attacks are very limited. They rarely ever happen, all right? It's just, I know how to handle bears. They keep your distance, make noise, and usually, I come across many of them, they usually just scare them away. But in case the threat ever did happen, I would want something that would have enough punch and penetration that it can stop a bear. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this video. Like, share, subscribe. Go check me out on Patreon. I have more videos out there and some behind-the-scenes content. And remember, guys, it's our responsibility to take care of each other and protect each other. Peace.